when I look at Rusev, do I believe he could beat Roman Reigns? Yes, I believe that. I do believe he could beat a Roman Reigns. So it really depends on where they're going, but I would bring him in as an absolute star, man.
Let's go end the plane here. Land the plane with you didn't, bro. So Miro, Rusev, Miroslav, Rusev Day, the Redeemer, whatever you want to call him, man, had his opportunity in AEW. I mean, it was an interview I saw some months ago, and they were asking him, like, well, how come he hasn't been on? Is he cleared? Yeah, he's cleared. He just, he's barely used in AEW, man. I mean, talk about the grass not being greener on the other side. Man, EC3, you worked with him closely. One, how is he in real life? And two, just your overall thoughts on him just being poorly used in AEW right now.
I mean, he's a swell chap. He's a Bulgarian buddy. He's a great guy. Fun in the gym, fun around the ring, fun to banter with, He's one of the boys. A good brother, as we would say. I do recall his signing to AEW and verbatim, the owner of AEW saying, I'm going to make him the top star in wrestling. So I don't know what happened to that. So, I'm not a fly on the wall for that conversation, but somebody said they were going to do something and it didn't happen. So
how is he to work with, like, in the back? Would there be any, say for instance, from your, you work with them closely, you have some people who are difficult to work with, backstage. Is he pretty compliant?
Yeah, I think, the only time I'm working in developmental is one thing and we'd be fine. And the only time I ever worked him non-developmental, he was going over on me. So very compliant to beat me.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah, but that was the business at the time. So it didn't matter anything about me. But yeah.
His training, I'm interested in knowing about that. He had a pretty cool transformation, physically. You mentioned the gym. What was it about him that you saw as far as transformation? What was the dedication that you saw with him working out that caused him to, have that type of transformation?
I mean, because we always worked hard in the gym, and I think when it came down to maybe just that aesthetic part is honing in a diet more so than anything, because no one ever lapsed from the hard training and the heavy lifting and the things we would do. So maybe just dialed in a little more dedication on eating clean, I guess. Join .freec3.com for your custom diet and nutrition programs.
Good plug. Very good plug. Vince Russo, man, what are your thoughts on Miro nowadays, man? Why has AEW dropped the ball, and why did WWE, like, it just seems like there's some pattern here. He's super talented, super over, and both WWE and AEW have both dropped the ball immensely with this guy.
Bro, WWE was so close. Yeah. So close. I remember, bro, I was telling them, like I was saying, bro, if they would have just brought, because Kurt Angle wasn't doing anything with them at the time. Rusev was this close where if they would have just brought in Kurt and he would have went over on Kurt, he would have been a main eventer at the top. And it never happened. And the next thing you know, the story with Lashley and Lana and all that crap. Bro, listen, I'm sure EC3 could tell you. Chris, we talk about this all the time. Bro, this is a blue chip athlete.
Yeah.
This is the absolute real deal. Looks like a heck of a nice guy. Doesn't look like he'd be a problem to work with. I don't know, bro. When I see something like this, man, somebody, bro, either one or two things happen. Somebody missed the boat somewhere, or for whatever reason, he looked at somebody the wrong way and he had heat. I don't know, but man, bro, this guy was and still is money.
Is there something to the intangibles of, being an overact in the upper mid card, and then when you need to flip the gear to become the top guy, that sometimes people lapse or don't see or don't follow through? Like, is that something that could have happened where he's getting close, and if he just can make one switch with him within himself, he would be to that level?
See, I don't even blame Rusev for any of it. I mean, or Miro, Rusev at the time. If I can pinpoint one thing, it was the Rusev Day started to become super organic. Rusev Day chant started to become super organic, and it was a WWE. It was not a WWE creation, so they had to put their thumb on it because it was so organic, and it really pushed him on the upper echelon of popularity. They kept their thumb on it because it wasn't a WWE creation. If I recall correctly, I could be off on the pay-per-view, but I remember, I think it was Money in the Bank when he went against Randy Orton for the title, and it was one of those things like, man, you gotta pull the trigger, like just have him win the thing, have him win, and he lost the match, and I'm like, see, that to me was the WWE trying to say that at the end of the day, we still got you. You're still one of ours. And so, yeah, it just seems like they just went downhill from there. They had the chants, they had the shirts, they had Lana Day. It was just so organic and infectious. And WWE just want to keep it a thumb on it. So, what do you think? Where's it go from here as far as Miro? Vince, how would you book Rusev if he came back to the WWE?
Why would I book him any differently than Cody Rhodes? Why wouldn't he be a star from day one?
So, I mean, what does that look like? Say if he comes back after the you know how they do the night after WrestleMania, you know, you have the returns. Is he a face or is he heel? Where do we go from there?
Well, again, I think it depends on. See now, bro, it really depends on what you do at a WrestleMania. But again, Chris, we talk about this all the time. When I look at Rusev, do I believe he could beat Roman Reigns? Yes, I believe that. Okay. I do believe he could beat a Roman Reigns. So it really depends on where they're going. But I would bring him in as an absolute star, man. I don't know if you can get Lana back in that role because they did so much silliness with her, but I would bring him back in as a star, man.
EC3, where's he go from here, man?
I think Vince nailed it. I think it goes back to the WWE. If it were me, I would recreate myself in its entirety and just know that people know and recognize me for who I was, but I have to be something completely new and completely different. And I have the liberty to create it on my own. And maybe that's what he needs, is just a chance to be himself.
So he was supposed to have a WWE Championship match at Money in the Bank on June 18th. So he wasn't granted the request, but he ended up going to, that's right. So that's what it was. It was Rusev. He was supposed to, like, it was so hot, he wanted the championship match at Money in the Bank, and then instead they had him go against Cena in that daggone flag match at Battleground. That's oh man, that dreaded, just pointless flag match, man. And I'm just like, oh, that was just absolutely hilarious. That was horrible.
Name one good flag match. I can't name one good flag match.
That's a good point.
I can name one good Judy Bagwell on a pole match, but I can't name one flag match.
Yeah.